We thought this would be just another G.I. Joe classified review.
But the second we saw Dialtone, it hit us. This guy unlocked pure childhood nostalgia.
This isn't just another Joe unboxing. This one took us straight back to our game room floor, surrounded by figures, walkie-talkies, radio packs, and imagination. Turn on the force.
You ever open a figure and instantly time travel? That was us with Dialtone. His gear, the comms pack, the rifle, it's exactly the kind of stuff our childhood Joes would have been using on their missions.
Oh yeah, and we were obsessed with the communication gear. Every squad we set up had at least one Joe with a radio pack. Didn't matter what figure it came from, we'd make sure someone was always talking to base.
Totally. And remember how we used to roll up old rags, tie the ends with rubber bands or string, and pretend they were sleeping bags for our Joes.
Yeah, I remember that. And when the mission changed, we'd pack them up, strap on their gear, and say, all right, team, new coordinates.
Yep. Back then, every toy had a story. It wasn't just plastic, it was world building. And holding Dialtone now, it feels like Hasbro sculpted that imagination right into him.
That's the magic of these figures. They don't just remind you of a character, they remind you of you, the kid who thought anything was possible.
Right. We'll still walk you through the plastic, of course, sculpt, articulation, and accessories.
But the real irreplaceable accessory this figure comes with, that's memory. And honestly, sometimes that's the best thing a toy can give you.
So, let's dive in.
The classified packaging is familiar. Window display, clean artwork, and that perfect tease of what's inside.
But with Dialtone, the standout is that bold artwork on the side panel. Flip it around, and you've got this great scene with Dialtone and Leatherneck surveying the area. You can almost hear the static of the radio.
And that communication specialty on the side? Understatement of the century. Every kid knew if your Joe lost radio contact, mission over.
Exactly. Whether you were in the backyard dirt or your bedroom carpet battlefield, the radio guy was the heartbeat of the squad. Now the sculpt and paint? Dialtone's a total standout. His removable beret fits snugly, not too tight or loose, and underneath that buzz cut sculpt is crisp. You can feel the texture just by looking at it.
The face paint's top tier. Slight sheen for realism, sharp mustache, and perfect precision. No overspray, no smudge, just clean execution.
His tan shirt modernizes the classic 1986 look. Lighter, more tactical. That telecom badge on the sleeve? Nice added detail. A little hard to read the word telecom with the naked eye though.
And those matte black gloves. Such a good upgrade. Less shine, more stealth. It's those subtle, logical updates that make the classified line feel so premium.
Love the teal on his vest, knee pads, and boots. It pops just enough without feeling loud. Then you've got brown, silver, and black accents across the chest strap, belt, walkie-talkie, and knife sheath. That walkie-talkie and holster is sculpted on his right hip. It looks so real. You just want to grab it and slide it right into his hand. And rounding it all out are black pants, gloves, and that beret with a clean silver insignia. It's sleek and mission ready.
Don't miss that tiny painted watch. Set it 1200 hours. Again, a little hard to read with the naked eye, but those details are what make collectors smile.
In his right wrist, silver bracelet. Not sure what it's meant to be, but it gives off total classified tech vibes. It's those kinds of sculpted details that show how far classified series figures have come in bringing nostalgia to life.
And that's the perfect lead-in to what really completes this figure, the accessories. Here's what he comes with. Comms pack with flip-down mic, bionic ear, rifle with removable mag, knife, mobile device, a removable strap, and his classic beret.
That comms pack though, this thing's loaded. Big, retro, and packed with detail. It's dark brown with silver and black touches, a turning camera lens on the left, and the mic drops right in front of his mouth. And when you open it up, full-on mini control panel. Sliders, buttons, readout screen, molded wiring, all sculpted perfection.
His black straps got silver canisters, a brown compartment, and matching trim. It gives him that Field Ops authenticity.
The knife and mobile device fit perfectly in their holsters. Tight, secure, no falling out. And even though the rifle and bionic ear are all black, they've got sharp detailing and posed beautifully.
It's like Hasbro reached into our childhood toy box and modernized everything we used to dream up with cardboard and tape.
Right. Breaker. This is Dialtone checking in. Gear secured, comms are live, and we're ready for movement.
He's got all the right equipment, that's for sure. Backpack, bionic ear, and that sculpted communicator setup. It's everything a Joe could need in the field.
But the real question is, can he move like a Joe on a mission?
Let's find out. Time to test this guy's range of motion and see how he handles.
Let's talk movement. Double jointed elbows and knees, butterfly shoulders, ab crunch, drop down hips, rocker ankles. The full classified toolkit.
Everything feels solid. No gummy joints here. You can get some great radio calling or rifle ready poses.
That vest looks awesome, but it does come with a little trade-off. It definitely limits his shoulder movement and tightens up that ab crunch a bit. And his neck movement's not great, but that's a small trade-off for such a detailed sculpt.
And those elbows, they don't quite bend as far as some of the other Joes we've seen in the line. Dr. Mindbender and Heavy Duty pop into mind right away. Both have a lot more range in those joints.
We actually covered both of those figures in full reviews. So if you missed them, links are down in the description. Definitely worth checking out after this one.
Dialtone might not look up the Spot Cobra air units, but he's definitely the guy making the call for backup.
Exactly. This one's more about tactical precision than flexibility.
All right, time for our favorite part, the posing showcase. This is where we get to bring Dialtone off the shelf and into the field.
Whether he's crouched low, relaying enemy positions, or standing tall calling in an airstrike, Dialtone looks mission ready. That compact might be bulky, but it gives him such a commanding presence.
Now that is the look of a Joe deep in communication mode.
You can almost hear him saying, "Breaker, this is Dialtone. We've got Cobra moving on Sector 7.
The way that mic sits just above his lip line, it really gives him that classic 80s tech operator vibe.
And it takes us right back to the days when we were trying to make our own communication gear.
That's right.
We didn't have fancy accessories like this back then. So, what did we do?
Ha! We made our own, of course.
Right. Yes. We'd cut a little piece off a cereal box or any other thin piece of cardboard, and we'd fold it up and then wrap masking tape around it.
Draw a black circle for the speaker.
A rectangle on the side for the talk button.
And don't forget the antenna.
Right.
We'd shove a tiny nail into the top for that finishing touch.
Right. And it worked. Looked good to us, too.
We can't even take all the credit for that one.
Mm-mm.
One of our childhood G.I. Joe buddies passed on the idea. We just followed suit.
Yep. Those little DIY projects made playtime feel real. When we'd crouch behind the couch whispering, "The enemy's on the move," it was like our living room turned into a full-on battlefield.
And that's what makes posing Dialtone so special. This figure doesn't just look good, he feels like those imaginative days again.
Right. The way he grips the rifle, the tilt of his head with that beret slightly off center. It's nostalgia molded into 6 inches of plastic perfection.
His stance says it all. Steady signal, mission underway.
All right, Dialtone. Call in backup because it's time for our final thoughts. You know, every time I wrap up posing one of these G.I. Joe figures, I can't help but feel that same spark we had as kids. Back when an afternoon with a few Joes, a cardboard base, and some imagination could turn the whole house into a battlefield.
Totally. We didn't need perfect articulation or screen-accurate gear back then. We made it work with what we had.
Right.
But seeing how far these figures have come, it's like the childhood dream version of our old play sets came to life.
Yeah, and that's what makes Dialtone so special. He's not a mainline brawler or frontline tank driver. He's the guy keeping the team connected. And that's the kind of detail that makes a figure feel alive.
The sculpt work is sharp, the colors are bold, and that compact is pure nostalgia fuel. It's like the designers remembered exactly how we used to play, down to the little details that made it fun.
All right, rating time. For me, I'm giving Dialtone an 8.5 out of 10. The articulation could use just a touch more freedom, especially in the neck, shoulders, and elbows. But everything else, from the sculpt to the accessories, absolutely delivers.
I'll go with an 8.7 out of 10. He's got that perfect mix of modern engineering and vintage G.I. Joe charm. Even the limitations add a little bit of that old school realism.
Yeah, posing him reminded me of how we used to set up full-on missions across the game room in front of the fireplace. We'd have Joes hiding behind vehicles, sneaking past the dog. That was our battlefield.
Yeah, it still feels the same. That's what makes these reviews fun. Reliving that creativity with figures that finally match what we imagined back then.
So, collectors, what do you think of Dialtone? Did you make your own gear growing up? Or remember a figure that sparked your imagination the way this one does?
Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your G.I. Joe stories and your favorite old school playtime memories.
If you had fun hanging out with us today, hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and join the 777th Battalion, the best collector squad around.
And don't forget to check out our other G.I. Joe classified reviews, Dr. Mindbender, Heavy Duty, and more, all linked below.
Until next time,
Yo Joe! The Joe with the fancy radio.
You mean the overgrown walkie-talkie man? I bet he couldn't even get a signal in Cobra headquarters.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe he can contact your sense of humor.
Careful, boys. Dialtone's compact has better range than your excuses.
Haha, yeah, one more smart remark and he'll catch you straight through the Duke.
He's not actually listening, right?
Depends. Does classified frequency mean private channel or we're doomed?
That's it. He's calling for reinforcements.
Retreat! Retreat! Cobra!
Every time we think they've learned their lesson,
They go and start a signal war.